Hey everybody. Um what is going on, everyone? It is another night. It is 8:20 at night where I'm at right now, but we are gonna have a little fun tonight, do a little Q&A. I'm bored, so I know you guys might be commenting and saying that I'm doing this too much, but you guys gotta understand that I don't have much going on usually during the nights. But yeah, I try to do my best to keep you guys entertained for the most part. So please understand if I do a lot of Q&As for you guys, it's because I want to be able to communicate with you guys more and also be able to do, continue pumping out more content, for you guys, because you guys love seeing these. So I'm doing the best I can. So oh, okay. See, I'm just getting some stuff all figured out here. Come on, let me get this thing to work. I know. So, it says, Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color? Classic. That is classic. I'm trying to freaking click the thing on my remote, but it's not wanting me to do anything. Like, for some really stupid reason. I really don't know why. So, but again, guys, just understand. Just bear with me. I'm trying to do as much as I can for you guys. I know I need to do more episodes of the Moviegoers Live show, but I'm not great at doing planning right now, so plus tomorrow I'm still planning. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still thinking if I'm going to do it or not. I mean, I'm going to think, I mean, I want to do it, but it's just, again, I still need to find best time because I'm planning to go see Wonka tomorrow night, which I've heard really good things about, and I really want to go and see it in the movie theater for myself. See how it is. Because I've also been really looking forward to it. So, yeah. We did talk about that a little bit last night before I removed the video. So, yeah. Hope everybody's doing okay tonight on a decent Thursday night. If you guys got to see Wonka already, please let me know what you thought of it down in the chat if you did get to see it. So, yeah, I might be seeing it tomorrow night. I don't know yet still for sure, but I'll find out tomorrow if I do get to or not. So, yeah. So I'm just going to wait for you guys to pop in, say hi, ask some questions. And like always, I sent the link to some of my friends if they would like to join to talk movies with me. Maybe show off some stuff physical media wise, because I'm that kind of person. I love showing off physical media, like always. It's kind of my specialty is the physical media collecting and all that. I mean, I may be collecting too much, but that's kind of what I do. I collect a lot of movies, which is great to do. But then at the same time, it does kind of turn into a really bad habit. So, yeah. That is what it can kind of turn into. It could really turn into a really bad habit. So it's happened again. My eyes go offline. Tap it in. Tap it in. Yeah, it always does that on me for some reason. Watching some more Team Edge like usual because, I love watching Team Edge. So again, place your comments down below, ask your questions, all that good stuff. Because I'm open to take your guys' comments and questions. Like always. So, well. Yep, I'm live, Jason. What's up, brother? What are you want to watch tonight, man? Not sure. I think I might. I need to finish up my 100 movies I missed list. So I think probably tonight after we're done here, I'm gonna watch. I think I'm probably gonna watch Miller's Crossing from the Coen Brothers, possibly, or I might just continue to try to finish up my 2023 list and maybe watch either The Country Club or You Are So Not Invited to My Bat Mitzvah. So we will see what happens. I don't know what's going to go on, but I usually like to do that, and that's like my celebration kind of thing, But awesome, Jason. Hope the exam went well. I'm probably gonna watch Holdovers or Past Lives. Watch both, bro. Just watch both. Just watch them. Like after one of them's done, just right away pop on the other one, and then boom. Of course, man. I'm usually mostly about good vibes there, buddy. I got to keep them good vibes going. So yeah. Excuse me. My coughing. Don't worry, y'all. I'm not sick anymore. Like, I'm not sick. So, let's see. Trying to watch that 2023 watch list too. Still have Holdovers, Past Lives, Wonderful Knife, Tetris, Skinamarink, and probably something other than I'm missing. Well, you got one that you're coming with us for on Sunday, my man, which is Dumb Money. Yeah, you got that one coming up with us. Is going to be Dumb Money. See, I knew it. Yeah, Dumb Money. Yeah. Stay tuned on Sunday, you guys, for that watch along of Dumb Money that Jason will be on with us. More than likely. Trying to be very generous here because Jason and I did talk about that a little bit earlier before I hopped on here. Letting him know that we were doing that. Oh, that's a good man right there. That's a good man watching a good comedy. Watch Joyride. Hopefully get some good laughs there, my friend, because that's a pretty damn funny movie. Like I'm telling you, bro. It's something, man. So so yeah, again, I don't know what I'm going to watch. Either because I know tomorrow I'm definitely going to be watching a Chicken Run Dawn of the Nugget. I definitely will be watching that. But as of tonight, I'm still thinking either Miller's Crossing or You Are So Not Invited to My Bat Mitzvah. Not sure, man. I'll think about it. Am I gonna rent Taylor Swift Eras Tour? Noah asks. By the way, what's up, man? Maybe. I honestly have no idea. I'm gonna be completely real with you, man. But I'll think about it for now because I already rented a couple more movies that I still have yet to watch, which are the Persian version, which shout out to Grant for putting that movie on my radar. So, and it was on digital. So, rented that one. And I also rented Inspector Sun and The Curse of the Black Widow, but main title is Inspector Sun, which is from the same animation studio that did The Inventor, which is a film I loved. Like, I loved The Inventor. And they also did The Canterville Ghost, which I've heard nothing, but which I've not heard anything good about. From some people, I've heard it's mediocre. Others, I've heard it's terrible. So, maybe not. We'll see. Common Spidey, what's up? Steven Dacre Striker, my brother. What's up, Steven? Hope you are well, my guy. So, yeah, so we'll see. Because like I said, I still got to watch those two films, the Persian version and Inspector Sun. So, I might, and there's other ones I still want to also, catch up on at least before the year is up. Even though I've already seen a shit ton so far this year. Because I think as of like right now, I think I'm at like 235, 236 for 2023 films. Trust me, man, that's a lot. I've seen a lot of movies. I have seen a lot. So, Because last night I did watch the Netflix film Leave the World Behind with Ethan Hawke. That movie's something, dude. That movie's very thought-provoking. I don't think it's a perfect film. I think that film runs a little bit too long. Maybe 10 minutes too long, I'd say, because it's almost 2.5 hours. So, yeah, that's definitely a bit too long. But other than that, it's a fantastic film. I really, really dug Leave the World Behind. I really like that movie. Awesome. And Christmas Play Christmas is a fun movie. Yeah, some of the dialogue can get really irritating. I agree with you. There is over 400 fuck words in it, man. That is not a lie. Over 400 of those in one movie that is only an hour and a half. Yeah, trying to break that record. Be with Drew, MVP. What's up, buddy? Again, if that voice gets annoying to you guys, I'm sorry. But I do that for Drew because he is the real MVP. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I was saying, man. Like, over 400. Because I think I checked on IMDb, and I think for profanity, it's under severe. So I think it said 487 at least. And that is a lot. Than 90 minutes. There's only like 500 F words in The Wolf of Wall Street, and that movie's 3 hours. What do you think's crazier? The amount of F bombs that are dropped in Christmas Bloody Christmas, or amount of F bombs that are dropped in The Wolf of Wall Street? Casino, there's a lot of F bombs dropped. Like, there's plenty of movies where a lot of F bombs are dropped. Even especially with the amount of runtime that they use for it, it's a lot. So yeah, like, just saying, man, it's... Oh, and of course they're showing an advertisement for the disappointing It's a Wonderful Knife. That movie ain't very good. That movie is very disappointing. Right? Right, dude? You're so right, bro. Did another... So, yeah. Yeah, It's a Wonderful Knife is a letdown, Steven. It's not good. Well, I mean, I wouldn't quite say it's not good. I would say it's just fine. Like, it's a 3-star movie for me. So, yeah. Very thrust. Typical Team Edge, dude, you know? I like watching these guys. So... Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot going on with my life, you can tell. So, yeah, guys. So, yeah, I'm probably going to see Wonka tomorrow night. Next weekend, though, is going to be busy, dude. So, we got Rebel Moon Part 1 coming up. And 3 new movies in theaters for it's looking most likely for me. In my area, which are for Anyone But You, Aquaman of the Lost Kingdom, and Migration. So it's gonna be a pretty packed. Oh yeah, and then also on Christmas, The Color Purple. So yeah, 4 technically. So we shall see where it leads. So yeah, we'll see what happens here because again, it's a stacked weekend. I'm not sure what I'm going to see first. Either if I'm going to see Aquaman or I'm going to see Migration first. So we shall see, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, sorry. I almost thought I was going to fall asleep for some reason. I really have no idea why. When I'm literally in the middle of a stream and I'm about to fall asleep. Does my brain just want me to fall asleep until somebody shows up or something like that? Like I would just be like, I wake up, boom. Somebody literally shows up, and then I just lose my mind. I don't know, man. I just don't know. I'm gonna check on some stuff here really quick. Fighting Steven.
I figured today I'd have a violent night image given the month, so I figured that was appropriate.
Well, there you go. Perfect timing, my guy.
Perfect timing. And how the fuck are you, man? How the fucking fuck are... I'm sorry, Christmas Bloody Christmas got me got that a little bit infused in my brain, so you have to forgive me there. My god, 487.
That's from what I've read, dude. Like, I'm not even lying to you. Go to IMDb and look at that.
No, I looked it up, and you were it is 487. That's pretty insane
for a movie that's only 87 minutes long.
Like, 87 minutes, and that's with credits. That's the insane part. They made
it's like, bro. Like, I get that you like saying that word, but it's like, cut it back, brother.
Like, just cut it back a little bit. Like, because listen. I still really like the movie, but I'm not going to lie. The dialogue in the initial, like, half hour was bringing it down pretty hard. Like, Like, I take back everything I said to Rob Zombie about him overusing the F word. I take it all back. Because this movie went way too far. It was like Gutterballs, which is another slasher that I think has the F word. My God, I think that movie uses the F word. Let me actually look it up. Now I'm looking up like
Now you're looking up
600
how many times do they use the F word in movies.
Yeah, no, because in the movie that I'm talking about, they use it for, and this one's 96 minutes. They use the F word. I think they use it for about 516 times. I just looked it up on Wikipedia. Yes. And it's a low budget slasher that I've seen before. And they use it 516 times.
I think Wolf of Wall Street has it like 596 times at least.
At least with that movie, it's 3 hours long, so it's spread out appropriately. And the dialogue, Scorsese, fine wines the word fuck in a way that makes it okay.
I mean, it's Scorsese, so you can't really complain if he uses so many curse words in this movie.
That is correct.
Casino
that is correct.
And freaking like Casino and Goodfellas, like there was a lot of F-bombs used in both of those movies.
And
so
don't
can't
get
really
me
complain.
wrong. I love the word. I love saying a fuckity fuck, but Jesus fuck.
Fuck, fuckity fuck, fuck, fuck. What's that,
You know what it reminds me of? The movie reminds me of kind of like that South Park episode where they finally say shit on television and they had a meter for it. That's what Bloody Christmas reminds me of. But my God, it's such a fun film still. Like,
it's
the
still
practical
really fun,
effect.
But
yeah, no, they
F-bomb could use a little cutback.
They definitely. I would definitely look at the script. I'd look at the screenplay and I'd be like, with a Sharpie, yeah, we can maybe just like replace this with hell, crap, what the heck, maybe like spice it up a little bit.
Maybe that. But I was gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say that scene. Do you remember that sex scene in the movie? Like before, a couple people
like
get murdered?
are you talking about the one where they visit their friends and she's saying like, oh, they're so gonna fuck tonight, and
No, but I was thinking it was during the scene, and the guy like throws her down and is like this.
Yeah, like king shit.
Frisky made this joke because we did the watch along for it a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
He made the joke like, boys, I need you to promise me something. The next time either of you get laid, when you throw her down like that, you got to do this.
You gotta do king shit.
He was talking to me and Jared because Jared was on the stream with us that night.
Yeah.
He thought it was okay. Fritsky had a great time watching it, dude. I'm telling you, he had a really good time watching it.
I don't blame him. It's a great film. It's also like, man, I wish I could have made it that one. I really do. I'm sorry about that. I was a little preoccupied with work that day. But let me tell you. I'll say this. People complain that VFW had bad lighting. This one actually corrected that, I feel. I feel like the lighting in this movie is actually one of the strongest parts about it. Like
even though it's still like kind of dark to see some of the kill scenes, but it's like the more neon lighting, I think, actually kind of does help it a little bit.
It does kind of like brighten it up in a way that makes it visible. Like, because I'll say this, there are parts in, if you've ever seen VFW, that movie's so dark. Like, it's so dark, you can't see anything. It's very heavy, like violets and black shadows. It's hard to see any kills or actions. It's a little bit hard to see. In this movie, yeah, it's a little dark. But I'll say this, they used like the color palette with like the Christmas greens and reds and like this very like ornament look to it. Not
like,
only
does Bigos was actually aware of what kind of movie he was making, and especially since it was taking place during the Christmas time. So
oh no, absolutely. And I'll say this,
he got it down to like the bottom tier, like right here. You got it here.
He got it down pat. Like I agree. Like, it really like, and there are moments like I remember the part where the Robo Santa was about to, like, after he killed the kid in his home, which was brutal as hell, by the way.
So if you guys are sensitive to a movie where a serial killer actually killed a kid, Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
turn it off.
Yeah, maybe don't watch this one because no one's really safe in this movie, at all. But
No
I
one's
remember
safe.
the part where they're crouching down, trying to get away. Trying to make sure he doesn't hear them, and you just see like this this sliding green and red shadow following and almost tracking them. You know what that does to me? It tells
What?
me that they're keeping in tune with like that very bright Christmas ornament feeling, but also having it be like a horror movie. So it works perfectly. I don't know. There's something about, and it was shot on film too, which also makes sense why it looks so damn good.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you watch it on the Blu-ray, like it looks
It
really
looks
good.
really good, and I cannot wait to follow that one up with Violent Night. And I think this month I'm debating on it only because I for some reason I haven't watched a lot of Christmas movies except for unfortunately Silent Night. I have to be honest with you guys, I was a little let down by Silent Night.
I still have not seen it. I want to watch it though because of the fact that it's John Woo.
Yeah.
Like I might really like it. So who knows?
I encourage you to check it out. I don't know if you know, but I'm a pretty big Woo fan as well. I
I know you're a
love
big John Woo fan, dude. Like I kind of knew that. Like
like
because I
like
remember on one of our streams, like one of our topics was just talking about John Woo. Like
yeah.
so I can tell you're
I,
pretty much kind of an avid fan of John Woo.
I am. I haven't seen every single film of his, but I've definitely seen a lot of his films. I mean, I'm the guy that spent $50, and this is embarrassing to admit, $50 on the crap Blu-ray of Hard Boiled because it's my second favorite action film. That's how much of a fan I am. And I
Well, there you
remember
go,
when he
see?
was. I don't know if you know this thing. Like, have you ever seen that thing where actors or like celebrities, they have that like that little paper in front of them and they say, "My name is this and this. This is my first time on Reddit," and they come on Reddit for one day and you get to ask them questions. John
Yeah.
Woo did that. And I asked him, before Silent Night came out, I said, "I'm very excited to see this movie. You're one of my favorites. And, what was it like working on this movie? Yada, yada, yada." And he said he had a great time working with Joel Kinnaman, which is good because Joel Kinnaman is the best part of the film. But the action does not feel like a Woo film. It's dramatically outside of Kinnaman's silent but very emotionally expressive performance. No one else in the movie is that great. It's very slow. It was a little bit of a letdown, but I encourage you to see it for yourself.
Exactly. That's what I try to like. I try to go in with an open mind with a lot of
Yeah.
films, even especially if they're not good. Say for some other films, I would say just give it a try for yourself.
Also,
Like,
always look for positives in things. Even if there's a film that I know that I think to myself, man, I'm gonna hate this. I always try to find at least one aspect I liked, and there was a lot of aspects I liked in Silent Night. Again, a totally silent movie. It accomplishes that pretty well. It's got a
yeah.
great lead
So like, at
performance.
least you found some good things about it. Like I can
Yeah.
tell you. Like in a little bit, I'll go through every single movie I own that I saw in theaters this year. And if
Mm-hmm.
there's one, I mean, there's obviously going to be a couple that I don't like because
Right.
I'm that kind of person. But
Mm-hmm.
I will at least try to at least come up with like one or two positives at least if there's a film that I hate.
Yeah,
Like
no,
that
because
that
there's
isn't
every movie has positives and negatives. There's no movie that's absolutely perfect or absolutely horrible to the point where
I wouldn't.
everything's
I
wrong.
don't know if it. There is actually like if you're talking about Jeepers Creepers Reborn, there's nothing redeeming about it. Like
Not even one thing.
nothing.
Damn, is that movie that bad?
It
I heard
is
it's
that bad.
awful.
There's nothing redeeming about it.
That's
Like,
what I heard about Jeepers Creepers 3 too. I heard that one was pretty bad.
I mean, if you also want to talk about really bad movies, how about Food Fight?
Yeah, no, that's probably what I heard is one of the worst animated films. But I am
I
kind of
think it is the worst animated film ever made.
listen though, I'm not gonna lie, I'm morbidly curious to see it because it looks like it's the kind of movie that's fun to make fun of.
It's not even fun to make fun of, honestly.
It's
Like,
just sad and pathetic.
and dude, the animation is not even finished. Like
Yeah, it's like really crappy 3D animated
it looks like a 3D high
polygon.
school project rather than an actual computer animated film that you would see played out either on the big screen or at home.
Right. So it
So
looks just
it's like
awful.
it looks that bad, and it's also filled. It's also filled with a lot of innuendos that, like, more innuendos than a softcore porn,
But like,
and
is it funny about them or no? It's not even at all. It's just very like cringe.
they're not funny. Like, because there's
Oh,
one where a guy calls the girl sweet cakes. That's an innuendo.
that's yeah, but that's like so basic. Is that even an innuendo? Like, I feel
That
like an
is an
innuendo is at least somewhat clever. That's just like blatant.
exactly, and also a lot of pointless product placement jokes in the movie. Like, there is a Chester Cheeto joke in that one movie. A Chester
Oh,
Cheeto joke, and also the V LASIK guy, the little pickle bird.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is a joke about him in the movie too.
Wait, also, because I'm looking up the cast. No, don't tell me. Why is Charlie Sheen and Christopher Lloyd in this movie? Why? Why?
I
I
don't know
expect
why,
better. Like, no offense to Christopher Lloyd. God bless that man, but why are you in this movie, dude?
but you also got to cut him some slack though, because he is
I
really
know.
old. Like,
I know he's really old, but the thing is he's so much better than a project like that. That's why it's
and
frustrating.
also much better than a project like Camp Hideout, which he was the only good thing about that movie was Christopher Lloyd. Like, that was literally it. He's the only good thing about Camp Hideout is
I don't
Christopher
know if
Lloyd.
I've ever heard of that one. Is it? I'm looking it up now.
It's a really
Yeah.
really bad kids movie. It's not funny, and it's also preachy. It's also a faith based comedy.
But why does Christopher Lloyd do these kind of movies? I'm sure a lot of people are lining up to get Christopher Lloyd in these movies and like genuinely good movies. It's kind of odd that he does these low budget ones, especially since he's a great
Yeah,
actor.
but because I was gonna say, there's this one ginger haired fat kid in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, not only who's hyperactive, but there's not one, not two, but three jokes about how he has bladder control problems.
Oh,
And also
that's
the
like
fact that he has
preschooler shit
that also
jokes.
his top bunk has to have rubber sheets because he's technically pissing off of the top bunk.
Oh, so it's like very basic, like, pee jokes, like
There's
preschooler
stuff
type
like
crap
that in
jokes.
it, and also obviously with Christian tones, like, they also deliver the wrong message to Christians. Like, whenever you're confronting your enemies, like, don't just turn don't just turn the other cheek. Torture them with booby traps. So they literally tortured two bad guys in the movie with booby traps.
That's actually kind of funny. I'm just kidding. But damn.
But it's the same kind of booby traps that you've seen in movies like Home Alone.
So it's not even creative either. Holy shit.
Well, I would say there's a couple creative ones. I'll give it that. There's a couple of creative ones, especially like there's these two really crazy young girls that shoot them with paintball guns, and one gets one in the crotch. So that one got a little smirk out of me. I thought that was actually kind of funny.
Would you say it's your least favorite film of the year, or is there anything else that would take the cake?
I think you might know what takes the cake there, buddy. I think you might.
I feel like I might, but I have to think. Let me go back to. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I'm gonna go back to your letterbox real quick.
How about I give you? I actually want you to guess, not to look. I'll
Fuck!
give you.
Damn it. Okay.
So here's the easiest hint.
What is it?
It is a horror movie from Blumhouse.
Is it Insidious? The Red Door?
Nope.
Fuck.
It came up. Okay, here's your easier hint. The one that's not the background came out in October.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a legacy sequel.
Okay, it's a legacy sequel. That should make it easier.
To arguably one of the greatest horror films of all time.
Fuck, why am I... Oh! Exorcist Believer, isn't it?
Da da da. Yep.
Damn. Holy shit.
That is my least favorite film of the year. I hated every single second of that movie.
Listen, I'm not saying I told y'all so, but I knew David Gordon Green was up to no good with these horror franchises he's bringing back. I'm telling you guys, because he wants to. I think they're still planning a sequel to Believer because I don't think the
They're
movie.
gonna do it because the film made enough money.
Yeah, no, because the film
Which,
did
by the
not
way,
flop.
why did it though? Because it doesn't deserve it.
Well, I think I know why the movie made a lot of money. I'm not saying
The
it's a good
IP.
reason. I'm not saying it's a good reason, but I'm saying it is the reason. You know what I mean? The reason why it made a lot of money is because there's still people out there who love The Exorcist. There hasn't been an Exorcist movie in probably about a decade. And so that probably prompted people to go see it. I would say also the fact that a lot of people. Let me ask you. Wait, was it a no? Was it a Blumhouse production? Believer? I don't know if it was.
It was Blumhouse.
Yeah, no. A lot of people are Blumhouse shills, and don't get me wrong. Blumhouse every now and then will have a great movie, but
Like
let's be.
one we got last year was The Black Phone. That was a great movie.
Yeah, no, that's a great movie, and don't get me wrong, but a lot of people like that. They like modern horror. They like demonic type, exorcist type films. So, I mean, I think there was a reason why Believer made a lot of money. It shouldn't have. It shouldn't have. And I don't plan on seeing the film. It's just not going to be good. There's no way Believers. I am not. And look, I'm not even the biggest fan of the original Exorcist. I do need to rewatch it. I will say that. And I do want to see Exorcist 3.
Exorcist 3 is the best sequel, like bar none.
Now, here's the real question, because I haven't seen this one, but I know how hated it is. There's not even one person that calls this film underrated. And usually, even for the most hated sequels, there's at least a small cult following. Is it worse than Exorcist 2?
Wait, you cut out for a second. You say it again?
Okay. I said that even for the worst sequels, there's still some fans.
I got that part. I was asking,
right.
what?
Is it worse than Exorcist 2?
This is going to sound controversial. Yes. I think it's worse.
Man. Oh dear. That is.
I don't care what anyone says. I think it's worse than The Heretic.
That is a fucking low bar. That is a low bar. That is
I said what I said. I'm not lying about it.
Bar. I am assuming that this film has no merit then.
It has no reason to exist besides the fact that Universal purchased the rights of this franchise for $400 million. Fuck you. And also the fact
Warner Brothers sold it for only $400. I'm just also shocked that Warner Brothers sold it for as low as $400 million. I'd imagine they'd want more.
If I was working for Warner Brothers, I would ask for $1 billion to sell the rights to that franchise.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty heavy movie that's a pretty heavy franchise to sell the rights to. So, but I mean, I do know that Warner Brothers is losing a lot of money, so maybe they're really desperate and they know they're not going to do anything with that property. But
you never know on that. But it's like,
that's true.
But why would they waste that much money to basically get the IP of The Exorcist when we clearly
because they
don't
still know
anymore?
Exorcist fans will see it. That's the shitty part. And again, we're gonna get 2 more. I think we're gonna get 2 more. I know we're getting 1 more, but I think we're getting another one after. I think David Gordon Green said that he wanted to make it a trilogy.
Which I don't know why he wants that to happen, because the film is balls.
It is balls. And
so,
again,
I'll be honest about this.
I'll respect your opinion on this. So was his Halloween trilogy, but I understand why. I at least can respect and understand why you like those films, because they do have some merit. I'm sure Believer has none, but I did not like
Believer does not have any merit. But I'll say this though. Thank God I saw Believer at a matinee showing, because there was barely anybody in there. There was only 6 other people in the theater when I saw it.
That's good. At least people didn't ruin the fucking experience.
Well, I can tell you this though. When I had a packed theater for the movie that's in the background, obviously, which is Five Nights at Freddy's, it was a full theater, completely full theater for the showing I went to.
Really?
And it was completely full, sold out. And same thing with the showing after that, which was at 9:35 p.m. It was sold out.
Damn.
And I was actually happy about that because it was like people are actually wanting to support like something like this rather than support The Exorcist
I mean,
because of the fact that this film made like $80 million opening weekend. It beat out its budget.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I didn't like FNAF, but I did expect it to make a lot of money. Just because.
I mean, if you because because of the games and also because of the IP, like,
and not just because of the IP, the fact that I think what's his name, Scott Cobb, whatever the hell his name
Scott
is,
Cawthon.
Yeah, the fact that he was involved, I bet, also made a lot of fans happy. Because I know that
he was the one that wrote the screenplay.
Yeah.
For the movie, I didn't just want to see it because I'm a fan of the games, but also because of the two cast members that were in it, that being Josh Hutcherson and Matthew Lillard.
Like, I was excited to see Hutcherson back because we haven't seen him in a while. But you have to be honest, though. Matthew Lillard was barely in the movie. That's not a spoiler. He was barely in the movie if you add up his time.
Well, that's because Hutcherson's the main character, so it's like...
Yeah, but I mean, for the role that, you know, the movie marketed Lillard to be like a big player in the movie, to not show him that much was kind of odd, in my opinion. I mean, at least to me, but I get it.
I mean, it mostly would be odd for that for really big Matthew Lillard fans. Like, I'm a big fan of him too, but it's like I knew he wasn't going to be a huge part of the film, because obviously we're focusing on this guy who is basically a failure to most people, and because he's about to lose custody of his little sister. Which I actually really liked that storyline because it actually helped me care about Mike. Like, because honestly, let me be real about this. A lot of people do complain about the film's first act, especially with the mall scene. Which
I don't like the mall scene at all. Where you, I mean, is it a spoiler?
I know,
if
I know it was. What?
Is it a spoiler if I go into detail about the mall scene or no?
I can talk about it because I remember it pretty well. Like.
Well, no. I've seen the movie. I'm saying, like, are you okay with me talking about the mall scene, or do you not want me to spoil it for the people in the chat?
Yeah, I think because I'm pretty sure there's some people in here that have not seen Five Nights at Freddy's. So, I want to be a little bit careful about that. So,
okay, that's fine.
So, to put it in short, he beats up a guy.
That's what I was gonna say, though.
Like, but
it was so unjustifiable.
Trailer, so it's like a part of it was given in the trailer, so I'm not really spoiling anything.
Like, yeah, but what I'm saying is that he was so unjustified in doing so, because I get why he did it, but he should have at least gone up and, you know, questioned him first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but then I kind of noticed that, like, I mean, he's a guy that went through a lot in his life, so it's like I kind of understood why he did.
I mean, yeah, I get it. His past made him a little bit unhinged, but I don't know. I mean, he still did good in the movie. Like, Hutcherson was okay in the movie. There were some parts where he was like really dry, but I'll say this. When I saw FNAF, it was decently packed. I was kind of surprised. Like you said, like in your showing, it wasn't as packed as your showing, but mine had a decent amount of people in it.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you should have expected it to make money. Like,
yeah, no, I'm not surprised that it made the money it did.
But I can tell you that at least I'm glad that John Wick 4 made a lot of money. Like, obviously it was going to, because it's freaking John Wick. But I'm gonna be honest, Steven. You actually want to know the film I was sad barely made any money this year?
What?
Blue Beetle.
I mean, I'm
actually really sad it did not make any money. Like, it couldn't even go past its budget.
Yeah, no, I think Blue Beetle was a flop. To be fair, though, I don't know. Was it as much of a flop as the Marvels? Because the Marvels kind of like dunk pretty bad.
It's definitely not as much of a flop as the Flash. The Flash was a huge flop.
The Flash was the flush. look,
in regards to the box office, yes. But
well, I would also say in regards to the movie, but that's just me.
well, I like the movie, so don't get so.
But in the box office, it's absolutely the flush. That we can agree on. It just
yes, I can agree with that for damn sure.
Like I was even surprised that it went down that bad.
Let's see. Eric's in here. What's up, Eric?
I'm kind of excited for it. Like Aquaman 1 is the only Aquaman 1 is one of the few DCU films that I think actually has a genuine amount of merit. I don't care how that sounds.
I like the first Aquaman, but at the same time, because of how often the sequel was delayed, I was like,
yeah. It also got rewrote a bunch of times from what I heard.
Nice, Eric. Hey, can't wait to hear your thoughts on Rebel Moon, buddy.
I'm scared for it because Snyder has been concerning me with some of his films lately.
What's up, Goose? And Fritzky. What's up, Fritzky?
Heyo.
Fair enough, Eric. Fair enough. That's totally fair. And Flash, no. I mean, Blue Beetle also made less than both, but it also costs less. I mean, yeah, that's true. Like
Blue Beetle, though, I actually like. I don't love it, but it's pretty enjoyable, I will say.
I mean, would you think that Joel Dueña was a good casting choice to play as the character?
Oh yeah, no, he was. I liked him. I liked him in the role.
And he definitely Here's the thing I really liked about the character, especially when the Scarab chose him. He actually freaked out. He wasn't
that
super
was pretty
thrilled.
Fun.
That was funny. And I was like, that's how you do it. Whenever they get this kind of weird thing on them, you're supposed to freak out.
Yeah, no, it was a very
isn't usual.
Realistic reaction.
It's not like freaking Max Steel where he's just like, oh, this is so cool.
Oh God, do not talk to me about Max Steel. Jesus Christ. Oh God, do not talk I saw that in the theaters. You do not know the pain. Oh
no,
God.
I feel the pain, dude. I feel the pain. Oh my God.
Listen. People, listen. I have my complaints about modern superhero films, but nothing will ever be Max Steel. That is a fucking dreadful experience right there. Oh God.
It's a disaster piece is what I like to call it.
Oh God, it's like a waste of good writing. Oh, if it had good writing, let me put it that way.
Yeah, that part.
Oh.
The only one I've seen is Pink Flamingos from John Waters there, buddy.
I can't watch that movie. It's too much. I love exploitation films, but that one, from what I've heard, is too much. But I'm sure it's
a lot.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
It is a lot. It's way too much. Andreas, I loved -1. -1. Listen, again, like John Woo, I am a massive G fan. I love Godzilla. It's
don't
in my
top. Too
top.
much, man. Just gonna say,
I won't
say too much.
spoil it. I ain't gonna spoil it. No worries. But I will say this: it's in my top 5, not number 1, but it is an amazing film. This and John Wick Chapter 4 are tied for my number 1 of the year. It's really tough. It's really, really tough. John Wick Chapter 4 is a pretty tough one to beat out. I can't. It's so good.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, listen, Luke, you have to see -1. You really, really will love it.
I'll try to, but I mean, there's not really a close enough theater for me that's even playing Godzilla -1. So
that's true.
So, but maybe when it hits streaming, I'll probably get a chance to watch it.
I'll say this though: despite -1 being really good, that doesn't mean I'm not looking forward to the new Godzilla X Empire movie. I'm actually really looking forward to it.
Well, there you go. See,
I actually enjoy some of the MonsterVerse films, which I know this is going to be a hot take, but King of the Monsters is my favorite of the MonsterVerse. I know
that is my least favorite.
I know, but
I do not like that movie at all. But totally fair. Totally fair. I'm not going to say anything else. I don't want to get too heated here.
We don't want to go at each other like flaming jalapenos.
Yeah, no way. I'm doing that.
No, we're not doing that. Like Sucker Punch, Army of the Dead. I haven't seen Sucker Punch. Army of the Dead's a letdown for me personally.
I like Army of the Dead, but Army of Thieves though I didn't like.
I didn't like Army of Thieves. I didn't.
But Army of the Dead though, honestly, for me, I liked it. Like, so Rebel Moon, I'm really excited for. But when it comes to Zack Snyder, I definitely I don't. I'm gonna be honest. He's kind of hit and miss for me.
That was just about to say. He's the exact same way for me. Very hit and miss. I love his Dawn of the Dead remake.
I love Dawn of the Dead. I love Watchmen.
I do too.
This might become a hot take for some, but I love Legend of the Guardians. His
I don't think I've seen that. No, I have not seen that one. His animated movie I haven't seen. It looks good.
I love that one. I really like 300.
300's good.
I don't like Sucker Punch.
I haven't seen Sucker Punch, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't like that movie. It's not good. Theatrical of Batman v Superman sucks, but Ultimate Edition is awesome.
Haven't seen Ultimate.
But Ultimate Edition is, if it feels like you're watching a different movie, not in the sense of Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Right.
But it feels somewhat different. But the Ultimate Edition of BVS is a lot better.
It's a half hour longer, I think. That's
it is, but it's worth it.
Okay.
Man of Steel, I do really like, but it's kind of overrated in my opinion.
I'm a little mixed on it. I mean, I still think it's a lot better than people give it credit for, and people have been coming around to it. But I don't know. There's something about it that I'm not sure about.
I think it's a little overrated.
I don't know. I don't know if overrated is the word, because I think there's still a lot of people who don't really are fond of it. But I don't know. I'm a little mixed on it. But yeah, it's not his best.
Definitely not. Like
his Justice League, his cut, not the Whedon cut. His cut.
The Whedon cut we don't talk about.
We don't talk about the Whedon cut, but his cut of Justice League, I really, really like.
That's a great movie, but like in and of itself, like
yeah,
that's a really good movie. But yeah, for the most part, I think he's a really good director. Like I'll give him that. He's a great director.
I just think he tries to make music videos into movies instead of actually making movies. Like, you know what I mean? It's all very stylish, very like, very all noise and all like, digital.
Yeah, I think he tries to get a bit too stylistic with some of his.
He tries way too much to get too much into the style, and the substance kind of wafers a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with that in a lot of facets, because it's like he kind of gets a little bit overblown with some of his style in certain films. Example, like with Man of Steel, I think some of the style filmmaking of Man of Steel, I thought got a little too on the nose. Like,
I also think that he really needs to inject some color into his movies. Like, goddamn, everything is like a washed out gray.
That's what Man of Steel felt like to me. Like, because
Man of Steel is absolutely a music video from the early 2000s that was made into a theatrical film. That's not a bad thing, but
because it's still a good movie. Like, I'll give it that. It's still a good movie, but just the way it feels like it was made like a music video.
You slap in Skillet's I Need a Hero, and that would have fit really well with a lot of those early 2000 tribute music videos of movies. I need a hero.
I'm sorry, Eric. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I just got an ad on Man of Steel. It really kind of sucks. Now I have to wait for it to 5 seconds in, because again, I'm watching it on YouTube Music.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, Eric. It's not a bad movie, but and again, look,
it's a little overblown.
I think the people who listen, I will say this, while it is overblown, I think the people who passionately hate Man of Steel are also overblown. I think those people are way too hard on the movie. But
agreed.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I think it's warranted, because
I don't know about that, because I think there's some good elements to it. I do like Zod. I don't care for as a villain in the movie, unfortunately, but I think Henry Cavill
Eric, it is No. Sorry. Not
10
a
out of
10 out
10
of
is a little
10.
much.
It's very flawed, man. I'm sorry. Like,
I mean, look, it lends itself to the science fiction very well, but again, the aesthetic of the movie is just very, very like it's too alien and too gray and too much trying to. I don't know. It looks like it's trying to be too much of like this organic-y alien metal thing going on. Again, the color palette of the movie also puts me off a little bit. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of like
put a sour taste in my mouth. I'm gonna be real
look,
with
don't
you.
get me wrong, there's a lot of early 2010s superhero films that have like a very washed out color palette to it. And obviously, you know, there is an appreciation to that. I think it could work sometimes, but I think with Zack Snyder, it just doesn't. And I will say this, Luke. I will say this. I will see the BVS Ultimate Edition, but I highly doubt it makes that much of a difference. But if you say it does, I'll give it a chance.
Just give it your best shot. Don't try to don't try to be like don't just always just take my word for things. Just
No, I know.
Try to look at it through your own perspective and maybe see how it goes.
Here's the thing, though. Because here's the thing. I remember when that movie came out in theaters. I saw it in theaters. First of all, one of the most packed events out there. Like, people really wanted to see that film. I saw it around midnight because that was the only showing you could get. And that, look, though, the theatrical cut, regardless of, it's such a fucking mess. The theatrical cut's such a hot pile of garbage.
There you go. See?
I mean, I will give the Ultimate Edition a chance, but I don't know.
Yeah. But I guess we'll try to get into the stack here because there's a lot to unpack.
Let me just answer this last question for Eric real quick. The aesthetic is decent, but
it's okay, but a little too gray.
A little too gray. The best looking DCEU film, bar none, is Aquaman. Aesthetically,
agreed.
I think that film injects a lot of color. There was actually like for the Atlantean guards, they use like practical suits. There's a lot of CGI in that film, but they combine like various blues, dark purples, teals, and it's just a very like colorful, vivid movie that I like a lot.
See, like it's not too complaining for me. So
it's okay, Eric. We're all wrong at some point.
Point taken. But anyways, we'll go ahead and get into the stack here. So I always include this one because I saw it on New Year's Eve, but then I saw it again this year, so that's why I always include it. So we got Puss in Boots: The Last Wish,
which I really liked.
Top 5 film of last year. I absolutely love this movie. It's fantastic.
I was the only one that was in the theater when I saw that. It was kind of crazy.
I was honestly one of the people that kept pushing you to see it, dude. Like,
no, that is true. I did. That is true. That is true.
Like,
I remember.
Take my word for that, there, dude.
I'll take your word for that. I'll take your word for that. I do still like the first movie though. It's not as good as the second, but I still like the first one.
The second one is like leaps and bounds better, but I still really like the first one as well. Like, next up we got Missing, which I saw this one twice as well. I did really like this movie.
I do too.
I wasn't quite as high on it as I was before, but because thinking about it, rewatching it, not quite as good as I remember, but really good movie.
Twist, I feel like was a little bit of like the wrong path to go in that film. But other than that, I
semi-agree, but then at the same time, I kind of felt like it was reliant on the shock factor of that twist, like, which I actually thought was really well done for me. So, but I get where you're coming from to a certain extent. So, next up, the first big hit of 2023, and also one of the first films released, Megan,
which I also really like. But I will say with Megan, I do think as good as that movie is, and by the way, like 90% of that film's practical effects, in case anyone is wondering, if you actually watch the behind the scenes, like Megan herself, when she's not like a puppet, she is acted by a little girl who did her own
which
stuff.
I thought was really impressive. Like the way what they were doing with this movie, like that was really really impressive.
The problem is that it forgets to be a slasher at times, and it's not. And I wish it would kind of like have more kills and go for the jugular a little bit more. But I still really liked it. I just kind of wish it went more full tilt.
We'll probably get a little bit more of that in the sequel. So,
which I am looking forward to. And again,
yeah, I am too. I mean, it's got problems for sure, but I mean, but with the way the film ended, it definitely left the door open for a sequel. So.
I just think, you know what though? I'm glad I saw it because the trailers did not make that movie look good. The trailers were horrible.
But the film itself actually treated the situation that Katie was in like what it actually should be treated like, which was a tragedy. Like she lost her parents in a car accident.
Really good commentary on AIs and technology and how, you know, in place of a tragedy, we attach ourselves to things like that and how we become a little bit overly
dependent. And consumerism. Like,
yeah,
it's a good, it's a
how
good
she'll
message.
buy it up because it's a doll. It's actually really clever in that aspect, I will say.
Really, yeah. So really good movie.
Also, her singing Titanium sucked. I won't lie. That was a little cringe. That was just, it was so unneeded.
It wasn't good per se, but it got a laugh out of me, to be honest.
Like, I got it. Ooh, that was bad feeling, but it's still, the movie worked.
But the movie made it work. Like, I'll give it that. The movie made it work.
One last thing before you move on. I'm sorry, but also fuck to you, Universal, for putting that on Blu-ray and then immediately announcing, "Oh, I'm going to do a 4K." You dicks, just announce them at the same time.
I think I'll stick with the Blu-ray if I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to stick with the Blu-ray.
I'm going to buy the 4K because someone I know wants the Blu-ray. That's the only reason why.
Well, if one of my friends wants the Blu-ray, wants my copy, then I'll probably just get the 4K then. But
also, the transfer does look pretty good on the 4K. I saw comparisons. It actually looks like a little bit more brighter, but I think that's mostly to do with like if you have a good setup, which I need to get a good setup. But anyways, I'm sorry. That was going on a little bit.
No, you're fine. It's fine. I mean, that movie definitely did warrant a discussion. So
yeah.
Speaking of movies that are definitely worthy of discussions, when I did the watch along for Sisu, Mike and I had a discussion on this movie, which is Knock at the Cabin.
Pretty good, but not great.
I love this movie, to be honest with you. I mean, I think the flashbacks definitely kind of hold this one back a little bit, but for the most part, I really dig this movie.
You know what I will say is that you guys give away Blu-rays that come with your 4Ks. What? No, that's not what I'm saying. No. What I'm saying is that I have the standard Blu-ray copy, right?
Of Megan.
But I'm gonna get the 4K because someone wants my Blu-ray. I'm not gonna give away the disc inside the 4K. I'm gonna give away the original Blu-ray copy I had that comes with the DVD. I can't give away the Blu-ray because I don't have a 4K setup yet. I'm buying for when I get a 4K player. Yeah.
Exactly. So there you go. So yeah, sorry for the confusion there, Eric.
Yeah, I probably should have specified that a little bit.
Yeah. So next up, this one, understand I like this movie, but I understand why most people don't. But I do. Quantumania.
Ooh, I do not. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I'm not gonna be too hard on you for it. It's fine because I know a lot of people that don't like Quantumania, and that's fine.
But I'll say this: it's still better than. I would say that it's still better than stuff like The Eternals, which is my least favorite MCU film. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
I'm not gonna get mad. It's fine. I've heard that from a lot of people. But let's talk about. Okay, now let's get to a really good movie right here, which is Cocaine Bear.
It's very fun. Surprised
Stupid
me.
Stupid as hell. But if you look at the title and also the look of this poster, it's like you expect stupid.
But the poster's fucking awesome, even though it's stupid. I will not lie. The cocaine splash and the silhouette of the bear, it's fucking awesome. As ridiculous.
I love this movie, honestly. I do. I love this movie.
I heard we're gonna get more
of the year. Like, and I don't care. Like, let me be real about this. This is honestly, um, what I'll say about this movie. Like, because I always hear this complaint from people about this film, and I think it's the dumbest complaint possible. Um, is that there's not enough of the bear. But here's my argument towards this, and I understand that to a certain extent. My argument is, if this movie was fully centered around the bear just killing people the entire time, this movie would honestly be really boring. Like,
Well, I'm not saying
but I
just
mean, it
around
would
the
still be
bear.
fun. Like, sometimes it would be fun, but the gimmick would get old so fast.
Well, right,
Like,
but what I'm saying is that you don't neglect the bear, which they didn't neglect the bear in the movie at all. Don't get me wrong, but
they
they
didn't.
could
Like,
they could make it a little. They could have gone even further, which they did go pretty far. I won't lie, but they could have gone even further and not distract from the human story, because I did find the characters to be pretty entertaining in that movie. I still
exactly.
really liked it, but I think they could have gone even more full tilt. But again, I know that's me. That's a little picky complaint of mine, but that's just how I feel. I still like the movie. It's still fun. I know they're gonna make more drug addicted
Because the film
creature
made a good
features.
amount of money, so
Yeah.
like, there's no doubt in my mind that they were going to make more. So, but we'll try to talk about that a little bit more, especially with making more.
Right.
When it gets to that part of it. So next up, we got Creed 3, which I thought was a really good sequel. Not quite as good. I don't think it's as good as the first two. Like, more consideration, but really, really good movie. I really liked it. Hey, hello, Steven.
That one's grown on me. I like Scream 6 now. I used to not, but I like Scream 6 now. I don't like Scream 5, but I like Scream 6.
I love this movie. I saw it in theaters with dude. My theater was pretty much full when I saw it. I had a great time watching it, and I've seen it a couple times since. Still love it, man. Still love it.
Not my favorite sequel, but it's solid. It's better than 5. I'll say that. It's better than 5.
I agree with on that. Like, I agree with you on that front, but that doesn't mean I hate 5. Like,
I know.
But okay, here's the one that I know you don't like, but again, just understand I liked it.
I'm wondering what it is.
Spoiler warning, it's a superhero movie.
Okay, let me see.
Shazam! Fury of the Gods.
I did not care for it. Didn't hate it.
I liked it. It was fine. Like, I had fun with it.
That's fair.
But okay, now we got another movie we both love, which is John Wick Chapter 4.
Ooh, and you got the correct edition, the slipcover, the 4K slipcover, which is, in my opinion, the only packaging that looks good. I do not like the Blu-ray slip, that 4K slip. That movie's a masterpiece.
Masterpiece in action, dude.
Yes.
Love it.
That.
I think I will go as far as to say it is the best John Wick movie.
I would actually, no. I agree. It's tough because the first and the second are that good, but I would say that 4 nails it out. Also, that Dragon Bash sequence is the best action sequence of the year.
Bro, that sequence. Are you talking about that sequence?
The top-down shotgun fire breath, dragon breath shotgun scene.
Oh my god, that scene was badass.
That is.
But you want to talk about a movie? Okay, here we go. You're right. You want to talk about a movie that should have made more money at the box office?
Mm-hmm.
Well, really quick.
Eric, it's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be wrong. I mean, everyone gets an F on a test sometimes, right?
True. That's what I was saying. Eric, stop it. You're lying.
I'm just kidding with you, Eric. That's funny. That's funny.
Okay. Real talk, though. I want to talk about a movie that really should have made more money at the box office because it flopped, and I really don't think it should have. Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves.
Yeah, that movie's actually really good.
It's a lot of fun. And a lot of the practical effects that they use for this movie is mind blowing.
Like that bird guy that you see on the prison council. Like that bird guy that you see on the prison council that said, "Wait, we were gonna let you out."
Yeah, and also the the dead people that they bring back to life for a few seconds just to ask him a few questions. That was practical effects as well. Like,
and he was still alive and undead at the very end.
there is a mid-credit scene with that. So if you guys didn't see this, if you guys saw this one in theaters and didn't stay for that, shame on you, because that was freaking hilarious.
Yeah,
Like,
I was actually
and also
pleasantly surprised
the
by
fact
that.
this film is really funny. Like,
I was worried
this
because
is really funny.
I was worried because I don't love Game Night. I think that movie's a little overrated, but that one was good. Dungeons and Dragons Armored Thieves, that gets a thumbs up from me.
Yes, I would say two golden thumbs up for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was a good one. A movie that I know you don't care for, but you know I love.
Yeah,
that is the Super Mario Brothers movie.
I will give it a rewatch though because there's some good aspects to it. But yeah, I didn't love it. But hey, I'll tell you what.
Let's go to another and now another one I know you don't care for, but I love.
Oh man,
which is Air.
Yeah, Air. It's okay. It's a decent biopic. I don't think much of it, but it's not horrible. It's got some good performances in there, but I just think it's all right. I'm also not that big into. Well, I wouldn't even say that the sports or the sports shoes aspect is a factor because I love sports movies like Remember the Titans, but I just didn't really like Air that much, to be honest. But it was all right.
Yeah, but okay. Now here we go. Let's get back to the good stuff. We got Renfield.
Oh, that is the good stuff.
I think this movie's pretty underrated in my mind. This movie gets a bit too much hate for me.
Best Mortal Kombat kill in a non-Mortal Kombat movie.
The X-ray kill.
The X-ray kill where he's shitting.
Which I found freaking hilarious. Like, also a lot of the kills in this movie are so freaking funny.
Look, people can say what they will about Renfield, but that fucking, if you do not like that X-ray kill where he shits
or
blood.
Also, and I also want to point out the apartment fight scene.
Oh yeah,
with a lot of the goons.
Yeah, and
you guys don't like that scene. You guys, I don't know what you guys are talking about because that was awesome.
That is pretty great. Like, come on, at least give it that.
Give it that, and also, like I said, the X-ray kill. The X-ray kill was great. Like,
finish him. Love it.
Yeah, and then not just finish him. He gives him the kick.
He gives him the kick
right
in the
like
fucking
and Joseph
stomach.
Gordon-Levitt from Inception saying give him the kick, and then he gives him that kick with his bones breaking.
It's like his bowels just got kicked into 4 other dimensions, and that was like the aftermath. Because he shat so much blood. It was great. It was amazing.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Had to pull one. Let's go back and now let's actually get back to straight up horror.
Mm-hmm.
Mommy's with the maggots now.
Good one.
Evil Dead Rise. Very fun film.
Best one of the best chainsaw kills towards the end.
Oh yeah, and that
was great.
Also involving a wood chipper.
Yep.
Woohoo!
That was some good shit right there.
Yep. Next up, we also got Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Really good film. Oh, here we go. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
I got that on 4K recently as well. I'm pissed because mine doesn't have a slipcover, and now you can't get it with the slipcover. But it's so good. I put my ticket in there. One of the few tickets I have physically.
Damn it! I forgot I ordered both. I ordered both of mine online. I forgot.
Oh, damn it! Sucks. I'm sorry.
But it's okay. It's okay though. As long as I have this beautiful slipcover and this great film in my hands.
And here's the thing:
I can't complain.
I like the slipcover version much better than the steelbook. I don't.
I
think
agree
the
with that.
looked that good.
I agree with that. I love the slipcover for Guardians 3.
There's just something about the white that looks really nice.
Awesome, Eric. Awesome.
It wouldn't be mine, but it's definitely my favorite MCU film of the year. I liked it a lot.
I agree with you. It's my personal favorite.
That's
MCU
a good pick.
Film.
That's a good pick.
I mean, I still think it's. Here's my only slight nitpick with this film. I still think it is a little bit too long. Clocking in at about 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I could see that.
I think it's a tad bit too long still, but still, as a movie, it's fantastic.
I think it's also better than Guardians 2, and I like Guardians 2.
I love all 3 of them. But I do slightly prefer this one over 2, but I still love all 3 of them.
I think the first one's still the best, but they're all good.
They're all awesome. Like,
Yeah. They
speaking
can
of,
be taken in and out of the MCU and they'd still be good.
I agree. But let's talk. Hey, Steven.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about overlooked films of 2023?
Let me see.
Let's talk about The Covenant for a second.
I would agree as well. That one,
This one does not get enough talk.
Well, I think it's been getting more talk recently, to be fair. I'll say this, though. It's the one Guy Ritchie film that I've truly, really liked. And
bro, and also, like, you want to talk about most overlooked performances of the year? Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, I was about to say.
Well, I mean, also, Dar Salim is also fantastic in the film, but the big standout for this movie is obviously Jake Gyllenhaal.
I think that movie's really good. I think the middle's kind of like, drags its feet a little bit, but I still think it's solid. Very solid. Also, really well done combat scenes.
Yeah, dude. And like, a lot of the combat scenes just left me on the edge of my seat. Like, they were intense. And it's all, dude, this is a much more subdued effort from Guy Ritchie. Like, and plus, also, this is a war film that favors characters first over brutality.
Yeah, like, no, it's a very
which I actually really like about this movie. It offers characters first, and that's something I prefer best than just all war. You have to at least give us time to actually sympathize with our characters.
No, Gyllenhaal was a stand-up character. I also like, this is going to sound weird, I like how the film, even though it's completely fictional, it feels like it would be one of those, like, insanely unbelievable but yet true stories that would be adapted into a movie. And that's what I kind of like about it. It feels like...
That's what it feels like, and I really do think that with how Guy Ritchie depicts it is done in such a way that I would never have done it. Like... So again, it's all props to Guy Ritchie for making that possible.
Yeah, it's a really good one. And then Eric, yep, I know, but at this point, what are we gonna do? You know, I think at this point, it's the best of the year for the MCU films, but you can't help it if the others are duds.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a sad thing.
So, anyways, next up, it's all about family.
I'm not a Fast fan, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. I've never really seen.
The more I thought about this one, it went down for me, but it's still fine. Like, it's nothing spectacular. It's nothing life changing, but I think it's okay. Like, right. But Jason Momoa steals the movie, though. Jason Momoa is the best part of it.
Like, that's good to hear.
Next up, we got The Little Mermaid, aka a movie that everyone loves to shit on, but I really like it. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Ooh, that's a nice steelbook.
The movie that everybody hails as best animated film of all time, which I do not agree in the slightest.
I think I don't like it that much, but I will say this: it's stunning to look at.
It's a stunning animated film, but it's stunning in regards to the animation. But the only reason why this film I don't think is the best film of the year or best animated film of all time, the cliffhanger. I think the cliffhanger gets on my nerves.
But even then, it's just like to put it on the pedestal of greatest animated films, way too excessive for me. Like, people,
that's a bit
on Letterboxd,
movie like this. If I'm gonna be real with
you, Letterboxd. There was a time where this was #1 on Letterboxd for a fat half a month. It was insane. I was like, okay, guys.
Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I've only seen this movie one time, and I honestly find Mario Brothers a lot more rewatchable than this movie.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I mean, I don't even love Mario, but I would rather watch it than that. No, it's not horrible. It's just it's not.
It's a really good film. Like, it's really good, but I'm gonna be one of those people to say it. I think it's a little overrated.
I honestly think that, and this is going to sound crazy, that the first film could have been standalone, and I would have been okay with that. I know that's a hot take.
I kind of get it, but at the same time, it's like the first film still kind of opened itself up to a sequel anyway. So
I mean, yeah, the whole idea of the multiverse in of itself is room for sequel. I get that, but
But I do
I don't know.
understand where you're coming from, though. I do get it.
Yeah.
But next up, Autobots and Maximals roll out.
Haven't seen it.
Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. I like it. It's a lot of fun. Definitely better than the last two Michael Bay movies that we got from Transformers. Next up, another movie that everyone loves to shit on this year, with that being Elemental.
Haven't seen it.
Which I actually liked. I liked it quite a bit. Not the best Pixar movie by any stretch.
I heard that it actually. I heard that it actually didn't bomb as much as people said it did. I heard it actually made an okay amount of money,
which I'm glad it did.
I know Wish bombed, but I know that Elemental. I know Elemental. I think it at least broke even, or if not slightly outdid that.
It got. I think it got close, but it didn't quite get there. But it got close, I'd say. But I liked it, though. I liked the movie quite a bit. And then next we got Steven, I know. Come at me. I liked it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll save my thoughts, but no, I'm sorry, Luke. No. But it's okay. I get it. There's some good aspects to the film. But
the main but obviously we know what the best part of the movie was, and that's Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton's the best part of the movie.
You know what definitely wasn't the best part?
Who?
The CGI and the CGI.
The CGI kind of ruined it for me, but it wasn't but it didn't make the film drop a huge bunch for me, because I still had a good time watching it.
I know that film also had a horrible production even before the DCU even became a thing. That film was the Flash movie was always in development. Even
before the Ezra Miller controversy.
Even before that, that film was just a mess. It was
suffering through a lot of production problems.
I'm still curious what would have happened if Jordan Peele actually directed that movie. They actually approached him. They literally approached him with that script.
I would have actually liked to have seen his cut of The Flash.
That would have been really weird.
That would be really interesting to me, but
I would have been curious, but
yeah, right. So, anyways, next up we got Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, which I also did enjoy. This thing. Yes, I own this movie.
Would you say second or third? Because I don't know if Reborn came out this year. Second or third least favorite film of the year? Because I know, again, your number one least favorite is Believer.
This one barely made it out of the top 10. It just barely.
Right.
But it still does not hide the fact this is not a good film. Even though Patrick Wilson and Ty Simpkins are good in the film, and Patrick Wilson did a good job directing it, as a movie, this was not good at all. It was very, very boring.
Oof.
But okay, but here we go. Let's talk about a good movie. No hard feelings.
The beach scene. We're just gonna leave it at that. That's all you need to say, and that is all that will ever be said. You know what? It's an alright movie. It's definitely enjoyable. It definitely, I think, pushes it more than most comedies these days.
It pushes a lot of boundaries, but still definitely kind of holds some things back. But for the most part, it pushes boundaries.
Oh, but that beach scene. I'll stop. We'll
stop there. We're gonna stop there.
But that's,
speaking of great movies this year, one of my top 10 favorites. One
day I'm gonna have to binge Mission Impossible because I've only ever seen the first two and Fallout.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you, some of the stunts in this movie will blow your mind.
I'm sure they will. I know that Tom Cruise did them all, and I know that they were not just green screen. I know that they were actual, practical, in-camera stunts. And I'm wondering,
just like Top Gun Maverick, dude. Just like Top Gun Maverick.
I'm wondering how he's still alive as a human being.
But it's all props to Tom Cruise, dude. Like
He's going that Jackie Chan route where he's going to accidentally kill himself in a movie, and I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see that either. But you got to
But
give credit to the man.
I'll give him credit. No, I'll give him credit. He's ballsy.
Especially at 61 years old, dude. He's got balls.
I still can't believe he's 61. I actually refuse to believe that, even though it's probably true. He does not look 61. It's insane.
Yeah.
But he is.
Let's talk about... You want to go to polarizing now?
Mm-hmm.
Barbie.
No, I don't like it. I'm sorry. I really don't like it.
I really liked it, but not a top 10 favorite of mine. Just saying. But here's one of my top 10 favorites though, of the year. I'll tell you this. Here's one of my top 10 favorites. That being Oppenheimer.
I still got to see it.
This movie is a...
Again, that 4K
I'm sorry
sold out
for
like
you
a
Barbie
motherfucker.
defenders, but this is my top... This is in my top 10 films of the year. I absolutely fucking loved Oppenheimer.
That 4K sold like a motherfucker. That thing was sold out for a
lot. That's saying a lot for physical media that this one sold out quick. Like
you
this
could like
4K sold out quick.
Point,
it sold out like a fucking hot potato.
Yeah, no, at one point that 4K was almost I mean obviously it wasn't going to happen since it's a new release and it just came out. At one point I worried that that was going to enter out of print territory because there were some sellers that were trying to sell it for $60 used, and then nope, because Universal re-put it out, and I was like, yeah, no, I knew that was gonna happen, but try getting the Steelbook or the Walmart exclusive of that. That's impossible. That'll never happen. But yeah, no, I heard the 4K looks amazing. I can't wait to get.
I still need to watch it in 4K though, because in the theaters, dude, the theater watching Oppenheimer was an experience.
I also heard that the audio in that movie is amazing, and unlike Tenet, it doesn't wash out the dialogue. Because I love Tenet, but goddamn, that dialogue, that the sound on that movie, the audio.
Yeah, I mean, I get that to a certain point, but Oppenheimer, like, Steven, I could see you really liking Oppenheimer.
I probably would. I probably would. I know my brother saw it in theaters, and he said it was great.
So yeah, see, I think you'll like Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I got to do a Nolan binge at some point. I got to see more than just the Dark Knight trilogy and Inception and Dunkirk. I got to see more of his stuff.
And Tenet. And
Tenet.
But I'm really quick. I'm actually gonna move my spot here because my phone's almost dead.
Got you.
So, but I'll still be able to keep talking for a little bit. But it's just I gotta move spots here. So my phone is literally at 10%. It's about to die on me. I don't want that to happen.
Right.
So yeah, come on, phone, stay alive for me. Like, don't die on me.
That would be a pain in the ass.
It's like
I had to get a new phone because my 13, that camera was so busted. It like
oh really?
Yeah, no. My camera got really beat up pretty bad. It would, the color on it, it would turn vibrant pink. And
vibrant pink, bro, really?
Vibrant pink. No, like I'm not even joking. Like the color on it, like as soon as it's dark, it just turns in like to this ultraviolet pink and just like very like you can't even see anything. So I mean, I was gonna get a new phone, but I just decided to just get a replacement of the same kind of phone. So I have a 13 still. It's just a new one.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
but it works. The camera works fine now. So yeah.
That's good. Next, we got a Steelbook. Another Steelbook. We got Haunted Mansion.
I know that Steelbook is like. Is it? Let me see. Does it have that framed look?
Yeah, it's actually kind of got a framed look to it.
Oh, that's
gorgeous. It's also embossed right here. So
that is gorgeous. That's some Zavi stuff right there.
Yeah, and this was a Best Buy exclusive Steelbook, mind you.
Oh, yeah. Good luck getting more Best Buy exclusives.
Good luck getting more Best Buy exclusives like this.
Yep.
This thing is a beauty. Like
that is a beautiful Steelbook. The movie I haven't seen, but the Steelbook is just whoa. I have not been impressed by a Steelbook like that in a while. That and the what's the Steelbook that I want to get this year? Oh fuck, I can't remember it. But yeah, no, that's a gorgeous one.
Speaking of steelbooks, Steven, I know you didn't like this movie either. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem.
I will say this: the animation's really good, but that's all I got for it. I thought that it was just a very lackluster, reference-filled comedy that was just way too reliant on that. Superfly is great. Superfly is the best part. I love Superfly.
But yeah, I love that movie. Saw it 3 times in the theater.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. But the Steelbook's
Next
cool.
one, okay, now next one we're back to the good stuff, which is Blue Beetle.
I enjoy it. It's actually was surprisingly pretty good. Very formulaic, but it was done in a way where I felt like it was okay. I don't know. At this point,
where it was done in a way where the formulaic like superhero origin story stuff didn't really bother me. Like,
at least it wasn't trying to be in on itself and self-implode into like, you know, references, 80s throwback. At least it was trying to just be like another superhero movie, which I'm okay with at this point.
And it wasn't just trying to overly set up so much shit. So
yeah, no, exactly. It was just focused on being itself.
Now we're on to some bad ones.
Oh god, man, it's like a roller coaster of emotions here. The Meg 2. I haven't.
This movie freaking sucked.
Oh, that's a steelbook though. I know that's a slipcover. But the steelbook for that movie looks really nice. I don't think I'll ever buy the steelbook, but the steelbook and the slipcover, like that one there, are really nice. But the movie here is horrible.
This movie's so boring. Like, how do you make a movie about Jason Statham where he's fighting sharks so freaking boring? Like, because no shark sequences, like where the sharks are eating people, happen until like the last 30 minutes.
Okay, wait. I'm sorry. What?
Yeah.
What do you mean the last 30 minutes? That it becomes a shark movie.
The last 30 minutes is when it really becomes a shark movie, and it's not even fun to watch.
But that's like How long is the movie?
Literally almost 2 hours.
Okay, that's bullshit. What the fuck?
This movie is literally an hour 56 minutes.
How can you? How's it even a creature feature if the creature's barely even in it? Like, you have the simplest task. Also, why is it 2 hours?
I could not tell you. Just watch the first Meg. So you want to know what I'm going to do?
What?
Mm-hmm. Oof. That's what you get. That's what you get, Meg 2, for sucking. Okay, now we can breathe. Because we're actually at a good movie right here.
Let me see.
Gran Turismo.
I wanted to see it, but I haven't yet. I wanted to see it in theaters.
I think it's going to be on Netflix here pretty soon.
Oh, that's exciting. I'll have to check it out there.
It's a really good movie, man. I mean, I think we already know who the show stealer was.
I couldn't tell you. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure he's great in it.
David Harbour.
Well, to be fair, I'm looking at. To be fair, he's not as is he as good as my profile pick?
Because I would say the movie is better than what your profile pick is, but performance wise, this would be better because he's more of a badass.
Yeah, that's.
But this one is showing that he can still like not just act as a comedian, but also act in good dramatic parts.
I'm surprised that Neil Blomkamp has finally come back to directing. He's been out for a while.
Yeah, and one more thing I got to say before I put this one down. You puked on my lawn. That is a word of dialogue that David Harbour says in that movie.
I'll have to check this out.
Hey, Steven.
Mm-hmm.
Guess how much time you got?
How much?
9 seconds.
Oh, that movie was so good.
Dude, one of the best opening scenes of all time. Like, that opening scene.
At that Italian farm?
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty great.
And, dude, he freaking stabs a guy in the eye with a gun. How is that not awesome?
He also shoots a dude in the ass with a shotgun. So, that's, I mean, you know.
And also, I saw this movie. I'm going to tell you this. I saw this one in theaters twice.
Mm-hmm.
And The second time I saw it, you know the scene like where the guy is walking on glass barefoot?
Yeah.
I decided to crack a John McClane joke
Oh,
the
like in
second
Die
time I saw
Hard.
it. Yeah, I had to crack a John McClane joke. I was like, John McClane needs some shoes.
Yep.
Like, I had to crack one because it just fit perfectly for that moment. Like,
Yeah, but that
so
that
yeah,
villain got
I
his
made a
that
Die
villain
Hard
deserved.
joke in an Equalizer movie. I did that.
I have to say though, Equalizer 3 was a slow burn, but I felt it worked. I felt it worked.
And plus, this was the final one, so it's like
Yeah.
I expected it to be a slow burn.
I hope that they ended there. To be honest, I don't want another one. I think it ended
Even though
just fine.
it still did make a good amount of money. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, just this is the last one, and they marketed it as the last one, so
Yeah.
I don't
Good
think we're
place
getting
to
any
end
more
it.
after this one.
Yeah, it's a solid trilogy.
And yeah, and I think I'm still unsure. I'm going back and forth between this and the first one as my favorite. Like,
I know I like it better than the second film. I'll say that much.
I still like the second movie, but it's definitely nowhere near as good as 1 and 3. Like, I don't know.
I think it's tough because I also like 1 quite a bit. I think what's most impressive about 1 is that because I mean obviously the point where he uses the shotgun in 3 is where he uses the gun. But what's also really impressive about 1 is how very little he never uses a gun in 1, which I thought was super creative. Even in the poster, you think he's holding a gun. It's a nail gun, which doesn't count.
That doesn't count as an actual gun, so
Which I thought was again creative, and I kind of like the down to home, where he's kind of like that Charles Bronson type that tries to help the people in need, like a vigilante.
It reminded me of Death Wish in a lot of ways. So.
Yeah, no, this is a very Death Wish-esque sort of trilogy. I would say that because of the Italian setting, I kind of like 3 more than 1. I'm not sure. It's tough, but 3's good.
Yeah, it's tough because 1 and 3 are so good. Like,
yeah,
like it's tough to think about that.
It's really tough.
Good sequel. I really like that one.
No, I agree.
But sequels that don't work, this piece of shit called The Nun 2.
Well, I'm not even a big Conjuring fan, to be fair. Well, Annabelle Creation was pretty fun, but
I threw that one too.
Oh, damn!
It's not quite as bad as Meg 2, but it's still really bad. Like,
I'm still shocked that in a creature feature, 30 minutes of it are the last bit of creature feature. That's kind of sad.
That's literally it. So, anyways, next up I got My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. Let me tell you this. I didn't think I was actually going to go out and see this movie in the theater.
Right.
But I did.
Oh, okay.
I liked it. It was pretty good. Was it unnecessary? Absolutely. But was it a solid finale? Yes, it was.
A lot of closing gaps in franchises this year.
We got Equalizer 3. We got John Wick 4.
Indy 5, Guardians 3.
Yep, Indy 5. There you go. So,
and technically, even though it's not like a direct, even though this technically doesn't count, Aquaman 2 is going to be the last DCEU film. After that, they're going to make a new universe.
I would count it.
I'd count it because that's literally going to be the end of a whole universe.
Yep. And then next up, we got. Oh, speaking of ones in trilogies that were actually really good, A Haunting in Venice.
I don't think I've ever seen any of those movies. Death on the Nile, or what was the other one called? Murder on the Orient Express. I hear they're good.
You literally just got it right. I was about to tell you. You literally just got it spot on. I'm impressed with you. But this is the best one out of the Poirot trilogy so far. This is easily the best one. Like,
yeah, I hear it's good. I hear all 3 of them.
More spooky setting rather than just being in on a boat or a train. It's set in this really creepy house. This time around, it's now based on the title. A lot of people might be expecting a horror film. This is still a murder mystery.
The trailers, I thought it was going to be a horror film when I saw.
But then this guy shows up, But then you see Mr. Kenneth Branagh show up with that beautiful mustache.
That is a great mustache.
God damn, I wish I could grow a mustache as sexy as he does. Jokes
Listen,
aside.
listen. There's few men that can grow mustaches like that. Charles Bronson, Sam Elliott, and Kenneth Branagh. Unfortunately, that's the last of the great mustaches.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could grow that sexy of a mustache, but either way, gotta take what you can get. But Haunting in
Right.
Venice, I really really liked.
Mm-hmm.
Great cast all around. But I mean, I don't think it's as strong as like the first two in regards to the cast. But as a movie, this is the best one out of that trilogy.
Okay.
Like by far, no question about it.
Right.
This thing.
Expendables.
This when I saw this, I was like, I owe Meg to the Trench an apology
Oh
because
dear.
this movie was fucking bad. Like, how did they make up for this movie to make it rated R after Expendables 3? More fuck words, really terrible CGI blood, and really bad green screen, and a lot of gross out humor that's just groans. Yeah, this movie was terrible. And Steven, do you care? Do I spoil
About like
anything?
spoil. I don't give a shit. Just tell me. I don't really give a shit.
You think
I
that
don't.
Stallone's dead because he's in the first few minutes, but no, he's not. He appears back in like the last 10 minutes of the movie.
Oh, I actually heard that spoiler. That's pretty dumb. That they
That
would
actually
do like the
happens.
whole.
So yeah, this movie sucks. This is the worst one in the franchise by far.
Is it the worst action film of the year? Or Meg 2 still take the cake?
No, this one takes the cake easily.
Oof.
This one takes the cake. For damn sure, this movie sucks. I hated this film. Nobody asked for this.
At least the slipcover's got like a nice orange to it. That's not much. That's literally the only positive that probably movie has.
Seriously, nobody asked for Expendables, and that was nobody's passion project. Nobody asked for it.
I don't even think anyone asked for a trilogy, let alone a fourth film.
Oh yeah, and the girls that they get for that movie to be their strong women, they're just there to be eye candy.
Well, I mean, like I could have told you that, and I wouldn't have seen the movie. Like Megan Fox is not an action star at all, not an action star.
Not an action star, but she, as an actress, she is pretty good. Like
If
if
they
you
would
look
have
at
gotten
like
someone
Jennifer's
like
body, she can be
Cynthia,
really good.
yeah, Jennifer's Body. Okay, that was a really good performance by her. I'll say that. But if they would have gotten someone like Michelle Yeoh or Cynthia Rothrock to be in Expendables 4, then you would have had female action stars. Because Michelle Yeoh did a lot of Hong Kong action in the 80s and 90s.
And also, she still pulled it off in Everything Everywhere All at Once. So,
Yeah, that's true too.
So there you go. So, anyways, hello, Steven. I want to play a game.
I want to see Saw X, but you know what? That and Jigsaw are the only Saw films I've never seen.
You don't really have to watch Jigsaw to understand this one.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, because
This
I
one's
want to
set
see
in
all
between
of them.
Saw 1 and 2, so...
Yeah. I will say...
And also, you also want to know what makes this film so good?
What?
This movie gives you a reason why you care about John Kramer.
Also, and this isn't a spoiler because someone told me this, but they said, don't worry, this isn't a spoiler. John Kramer apparently is the main character in the movie. Like, he's not just
That isn't a
movie.
spoiler at all. Like
that isn't a spoiler, yeah.
Character in this
like,
movie.
Which makes me very curious to see it. Also, I fucking love that poster. I fucking love
this is one of the traps in the movie, the eyeball trap.
This reminds me that reminds me of like a old school 1 through 6 poster for a Saw film. I gotta see it because the guy who did that directed Saw 6, and Saw 6 is one of my favorites.
It is my third favorite, I think, in the franchise for Saw 6.
It's either second or third for me. I don't know. It's really good. I like Saw 6.
As of right now,
That's
this one's my favorite. Like, I absolutely adored this film, and
I gotta
I
see
also saw
something.
this one twice in theaters
Wow.
because after I sat through Exorcist Believer, the next weekend I was like,
You need
let's.
someone to clean the palate.
This movie cleansed my palate, and it healed me in pretty much every conceivable way.
I would not be surprised because again, Exorcist believer, David Gordon Green.
And also, like I said, this movie actually is like really good. It's actually a good movie. It's gory.
Yeah, no,
Like
I wouldn't be
it's
surprised.
and it's also a good character. Like this is the most character driven film out of the Saw franchise. Like
Even more so than some of the other ones? Really?
this
Oh.
is very character driven for a
Well, John
Saw movie.
Kramer's a great character, so
And like I said, this movie gives you a reason why you root for this guy and want him to take down some of these people
yeah,
because of what they're doing to him.
right.
Like them saying they're only trying to help him. That game is over. And I was like, oh, John ain't playing. He ain't playing your game. Same with this. Like when one of the victims says that she meant no harm, he was like, I would really like to believe you. And I was like, oh man, he is not playing.
Yeah, Tobin Bell he owns that role.
Yeah. Like any you know what? For someone who's claimed to be an antagonist, he is way smarter than you think. Like
You also kind of feel bad for him, like to be honest.
especially
And he
since
has
because of what he's trying to do to make him so he can still survive.
and even then, I mean, obviously he's a psychopath, not going to take away from that, but I mean, technically he's not wrong about appreciating life in a dire situation. I mean, obviously you shouldn't put people through any of those traps, but I mean, I get his mentality is what I'm saying.
Because of what they're doing, because of, again, like we said, like with what they were, because again, this is the plot of the movie, so this isn't a spoiler. He goes to Mexico for treatment for brain cancer, but then it's a scam. So he has to take these people down, like no matter what.
Yeah, that was in the trailer. I know that's not a spoiler, so that's good. I got to see it. I'm very excited.
And yeah, like I said, it gives you a reason why, like why John Kramer should have basically been the good guy all along. Like,
right.
It gives you a reason for that, and it helps us understand like why we love John Kramer. So yeah, you don't. So like I said, never mess with John Kramer.
No, I would think that if you were to, that would be pretty bad.
Exactly.
Don't mess with him. Don't mess with Hoffman. Don't mess with any of those people.
Exactly. Speaking of movies that didn't do well at the box office that should have, The Creator.
I saw that film in theaters. I was the only one. It's okay, but I will say that the CGI looked really good.
It's great in the theaters, and I've yet to watch it in 4K, but I'm sure this movie would look amazing.
But I wasn't a fan of The Creator. It was just a little bit too. I mean, I've seen AI stories done a little bit better. That's where I'm coming from. But I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad.
I think it's a little bit better than most people are giving it credit for, honestly.
I'll say this. It's better than it's good to see John David Washington in more movies.
I'm glad to see that he's getting more work. He's really taking after his father. Like,
yeah, he works well in those like science fiction sort of epics like that in Tenet.
He does. And the guy that was commenting that I was rude, yeah, you deserve. Yeah, you don't belong on my channel for that. Just saying. Like, did you see that coming up there, Steven?
Yeah, no, the why are you rude, bro? Yeah, that was just an idiot.
Because apparently, like, seriously, if you're gonna call me rude for no reason,
why did he? Was he just trying to troll, or?
I don't accept trolls. That's why I turned on subscriber only thing.
Okay, I got you.
For comments. So, anyways, next up, my second favorite film of 2023, only behind Past Lives. I don't know what the balloons were for. But
maybe it's in celebration of the movie. I don't know.
I don't think so. But I just did this, and then it was like that.
All right, let's see it.
It is Dumb Money. Yep, this
Really?
is my second favorite film of the year so far. Based on a story that happened very, very recently. I'm pretty sure Steven
Is it
probably knows
about the
about the story.
Reddit GameStop stock thing?
Yeah, that essentially became a movement.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I know that.
really well told story. Like the way that they put it onto in film. Like, and also a great cast to help tell the story. I mean, you got Paul Dano, you got Pete Davidson, Vincent D'Onofrio, America Ferrara, Anthony Ramos, Nick Offerman, Sebastian Stan, Shailene Woodley, and Seth Rogen. What a cast. Am I right, dude?
Yeah, no. And more Seth Rogen.
Yeah, exactly. And also directed by Craig Gillespie, who is one of my favorite directors working right now. This, I will honestly say, is his best movie by far.
What
Like,
else has he done?
he did do I, Tanya, which was great. He did do Cruella, which I also really loved. And he also did the comedy Mr. Woodcock starring Billy Bob Thornton, which I didn't mind.
I haven't seen any of those.
So yeah, I don't think you've seen anything from Craig Gillespie because I know you
No.
haven't seen Dumb Money.
I haven't seen Dumb Money, no.
I think you would really like it.
Okay.
But dude, Paul Dano is such a fantastic actor. Like,
He steals the show?
he's the best part of that movie. Like, but also the fact that he doesn't really get like any recognition for any of his performances just breaks my heart.
I don't know about that. I think he's getting more recognition nowadays. I mean, his performance in
I'm
Riddler.
saying like for awards. Like, he doesn't get any recognition, which breaks my heart. Like, because think about this: like, 2 films from last year were in my top 10 of the year, which were The Batman and The Fabelmans. Like,
was he in The
now,
Fabelmans? Or I
what?
haven't seen. Was he in The Fabelmans? I haven't.
Yeah,
seen
he was in The Fabelmans.
Oh, okay.
Which, again, that broke my heart. His performance didn't get any like award contentions. It broke my heart because he is such dude. He's that good of an actor. Like, no, like people like a lot of my colleagues for the film community talk about him and his performances. Like that, that shows you how good of an actor he is. But the Academy does not like, and no other awards shows pay attention to him.
Right.
Which I think is stupid because he's that good.
I don't know how many of his films I've seen outside of the Batman, to be honest, but I do think he's a good actor. I mean, to be fair, award shows, I mean, we all know that Oscars and shit like that, like,
but
genuine.
I mean, but you want to know something really quick though, Steven?
Uh-huh.
A performance for a movie that got nominated for Golden Globe is for a movie that is coming out tomorrow that I'm gonna plan on seeing, and I'm like, that's already big buzz.
What is it?
Which is for Timothée Chalamet playing as Willy Wonka.
And Wonka. The prequel?
Yeah, that's good. I was like, good. I'm glad this kid is actually getting some recognition. Because he is a really good actor. Like, I love Timothée Chalamet.
I like him. I don't think he's the best. And I think the troll came back.
Well, shut up. Because I was gonna like, let me tell you this. Like, dude, when I saw the trailer for Wonka and I saw what Timothée Chalamet was doing, I was like, dude, if this guy can prove that he's a great Willy Wonka, he might enter the status of my favorite actors. Like,
really? That high?
Because I love Timothée Chalamet. Like, from a lot of the stuff I've seen him in, he's a great actor. Like,
I mean, I liked him in Little Women. I'll say that he was great in that movie.
He was great in Lady Bird. Like, can't forget that one.
In Lady Bird.
And
him and Saoirse Ronan are in quite a few movies together. Now that I think about it.
I think in Barbie, I know they were rumored to cameo in Barbie at one point. I remember that because I saw an interview with him on Jimmy Fallon like talking about that, which I actually thought was really interesting. But at the same time, I was like, he was like, I was like, because he was really busy with because I know he was probably really busy shooting for
Dune 2.
Wonka or Dune Part 2.
Yeah.
So that was probably the reason for me, but I'm not like
Right.
1,000% sure because
Well, Dune Part 2 would probably be a big reason because I can imagine that film being a
well,
longer
also with
shoot than
Wonka
Wonka.
because obviously he's the one playing as Willy Wonka.
Right.
So, and then last but certainly not least for the stack because we still got a few more coming, which obviously next one will definitely be Exorcist Believer, but
Mm-hmm.
but as of right now, we're gonna end it off with Five Nights at Freddy's, which
I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's all I'll say.
but I really love the slipcover though. The slipcover is
It is a nice
awesome.
slip, and it's the poster, so it looks good.
And I got the poster over on that wall over there.
I see it.
Yep, I actually got that from the theater. Believe it or not. Oh, hold on. There, hold on. Fix that. There we go. Turned off the volume there for a second with my tripod. But yeah, I did get that poster for Five Nights at Freddy's at the theater when I saw the Marvels. So I was hoping to get that after I saw Five Nights at Freddy's, but no, it was apparently when I walked in to go see the Marvels, they had some posters sitting out for that, and I was like, no fucking way! Why can't you guys just do this more? Like, I was kind of giving my friend shit, like who works in the theater for that. I was kind of giving her shit for it.
I mean, I don't blame you. They should do it more. I mean, when I went to go see
Like, you
-1,
want to know
they
which
gave
one I
out
wanted to get from the theater for a poster?
which one?
Thanksgiving.
I gotta see that one. That one looks fun.
Oh, bro, Steven, you are in for a treat, my friend.
I like slasher, so I'll probably dig it.
Do you like Eli Roth?
Okay, yes and no. I actually enjoy Cabin Fever. Hostel I don't mind, and I like his Death Wish remake. I know, yes, I like his Death Wish remake. So yeah,
I do need to rewatch that at some point though. But I was gonna say, out of all of his films so far, like that film blows every single other film he's done out of the water. Like,
right.
it does, without question.
Well, I mean, isn't it based on like a Grindhouse skit in that Grindhouse movie?
It's based off of that fake trailer that came out with the Grindhouse double feature. So, and I love the killer John Carver. I mean, it's a guy just dressed up in a pilgrim outfit with a John Carver mask, but I mean, and you're also trying to figure out who the killer is.
Right. So it's also a whodunit.
Yeah. So this is basically Eli Roth's answer to Scream, in a lot of ways.
Ooh. Is it as witty as Scream or no?
I mean, I don't think it's like as witty, but I mean, it's definitely really freaking gory. Like,
Ooh.
I mean, when it comes to Eli Roth, though, dude, you should expect you should be expecting a lot of gore.
He pushes it a little bit. I don't think he pushes it as much as people say he does, but he definitely does have some graphic scenes in his movie. Like the Green Inferno is a bad movie, but the one scene where that fat guy gets his leg chopped off, oh my goodness gracious.
Whoa. Dude, some of the gore scenes of that film I cannot handle. Like OMG. Like, but I was gonna say with Thanksgiving, the most brutal part about that movie is the opening scene that takes place during Thanksgiving night, because it's a Black Friday riot.
Oh, we all know how bad those are.
And the craziest thing about that scene is some of the stuff that occurs in that scene has actually happened in real life.
I'm sure it's crazy shit about people stomping over each other, which does happen.
Not even that. Not even just people just stumbling over each other, like, and just trying to take away their stuff just so they can get the deals. But some people have killed each other over this kind of thing.
Yeah, but I feel like now it's probably lessened with Amazon shopping. Thank God.
Thank God, yeah. But the way that Eli Roth depicts it is so haunting to me. Like, So again, I'm not trying to give away too much here because
Right.
I really want you to experience this film.
I think it's still showing. I think so. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
Or
you
at
got to
least
check.
it's on digital now, but
I don't think it's on digital right now. Actually, I think it's supposed to be coming.
oh no,
Here.
they're still
I think it's-
showing, so I think I'm okay. I'll see it soon. Yeah, I still got showing still the 21st.
So yeah, if you got time this weekend, dude, go ahead and go out of your way to
Well,
see it.
this weekend I definitely don't have time for since, before I also got to head out by the way. Before I go, Saturday is my birthday. So,
Oh, okay. Well, happy early
yes.
birthday, buddy.
Thank you. So Saturday I'll definitely be busy with family celebrating and all that sort of fun stuff. But maybe around like the 18th or something like that, I could go after work because I definitely want to check that one out.
But I was gonna say,
Mm-hmm.
trying to think of other ones that are, because I haven't gone to the theater since I saw Wish, which was since my uncle's birthday, which
Mm-hmm.
he was probably just chilling out in his room for most of the day, which, but
Right.
whatever.
Right.
But yeah, since I saw that, I haven't been to the theater since because I was on my trip.
Right.
But I think tomorrow I'm probably gonna go back since Wonka is
Right.
out. My theater didn't play Silent Night, which was sad for me because I really wanted to go see it. Same thing with the Holdovers, but thankfully the Holdovers is on digital, so I
Yeah,
was able
that's
to
another
watch
one
that.
that I'm gonna probably have to see before the end of the month, considering that it's Christmas and all that good stuff.
It is a Christmas movie. Don't listen to Alexander Payne because he says it's not a Christmas movie. It is a Christmas movie.
Wait, isn't he the director of the movie though? And why would he
Yeah,
say that it's
Alexander
not?
Payne is the director of the Holdovers,
Well, but it's
and he says
set
it's not a
on
Christmas movie.
Christmas. How
It's set
how
on
does he?
Christmas, man.
It's set on Chris. Okay, I guess it's okay. The directors can be wrong about their own movies. It's fine.
Example like Alice Proyas,
Mhm.
who says that the reviews are wrong about Gods of Egypt when it's
Oh my
literally
god,
a
I
fucking
remember that.
horrible movie.
I remember that. Look, I love The Crow. We all know it's my favorite film, but the fact that he was like so bitter about people hating on Gods of Egypt is so stupid to me. Like, good God,
And it's
dude,
this,
get
yeah,
over
like
it.
I said, dude, like you said, dude, it's the same guy that made The Crow. It's a fantastic movie.
I mean, like, I didn't see Gods of Egypt, but with that CGI, do you really expect me to? Like, come on,
Hell to the
Alex.
fucking no.
No, like, good God, that was like digital wash of gold and shit. Like, that looked awful. But
It looked like I was just taking a shit in a golden toilet. Like,
yeah, no, literally, it's
like it literally just looked like that. So I was like, well,
more like
Alex
Gods of.
Proyas, would you rather keep making crappy movies for the rest of your life, or would you rather kiss my shitty ass? Like,
Yeah, more like
something like
turds
that.
of Egypt. More like turds of Egypt.
Golden turds of Egypt. How's that
Golden
for
turds of Egypt. Gods of turds. Gods of turds. Gods of golden turds. Well, Luke, it's been fun. I'm gonna go to bed now. Have a good night,
so
man.
I'm gonna call it there. So, thank you everybody that joined. Thank you, Steven. You're awesome. So, see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.